Hate Army General saying hate Army shit to Hate Army. If your name is Hate Army,
the Hate Army stands with you thick and thin.
good vibes to the Hate Army. Yeah, we're doing things differently today, guys. I know, hello. I know everyone here is like, whoa, Phil's here talking this early. What's going on? Very different format today, and tomorrow we get back to normalcy. All right, but basically things are a lot different today because yesterday was such a different day, right? And so let's do some setup. I'm still doing some setup. I said I'm on the stream. I might as well start talking with you. I got to get everything open here on my laptop, like the chat and everything. I don't have it yet, so please bear with me. I can't even see you guys right now. So I just want to say something up front. For those of you here early, you know, yesterday there were some internet issues, and I don't know what they were. I was on this podcast at Side Scrollers, and, you know, my whole internet went down for like 5 minutes and then came back up, and that sounds like a DDoS attack to me. You know, the way that it happened. It was very odd the way that it happened, to say the least. And but then never happened again. And you got to wonder, if it was really a DDoS attack, then why would it have only happened once and not repeatedly to shut down the interview, which it seemed like that would have been the point of it, right? And that confuses me. But it looked to me, from all signs, it looked like exactly what a DDoS attack looks like, although I could not tell you how someone got my IP. I have absolutely no clue. Because I've been very, 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 very careful about that over the last, 5+ years since I got a big, problem with it. And then right now, I just turned on my stream and I was talking with you guys in chat, and my bar went from green connection to orange, red, drop frames, and all of a sudden went back to green. Like, what caused that? I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. I hope that there's not some lingering internet issue here that now I got to deal with. I really hope not. Right now we look good. So hopefully it's just some blips and some nonsense. Of course, it has to be. Of course, it has to be that it had to happen during the interview yesterday, but it's fine. I mean, the interview was 5 hours long, and we certainly didn't miss out on too much. But it's just fucking annoying. Skipped again a bit? Not on my end. My end is good now. At least for now. Got a new flavor. A new flavor of a seltzer, cherry limeade. I've never had this one before. They had it at the store, so I'm trying that today. Have I contacted my ISP? No. Why would I contact them when I had one 5-minute outage and a blip this morning? Should I call them now? Would you like me to be with them on the phone instead of on stream? Is that what you like? Would that be entertaining to you? Anyway. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I know I'm here very early. Usually we play music, then we do a formal podcast. We're not doing that today. Would you like me? I think I should start recording, actually. Let me just see if I make sure I got everything in place where I need it before I actually start recording. I might turn my fan on high. It's kind of stuffy in here. But outside of that... Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm going to turn my fan up a little bit. But outside of that, everything else is looking good, and we'll probably begin. There we go. You know, real quick, I'm just going to blow my nose. Real quick. Oh. Okay. No, Battleduck, I certainly could. I could easily go right into my modem, and my modem holds reports on stuff. But I haven't, think about how busy I was yesterday. Think about what a day it was, right? I'm not spending any extra time in the office investigating this stuff right now. It's not that big of a deal. If it happens again and again, then we know that it's an ongoing issue, right? We know that it really was. So, okay. All right, here we go. Okay, hello everyone and welcome. So this is something very special and a little different, just like the entire last 24 hours, right? Because yesterday was such a different day of content creation for me. Today is March 17th, 2023, okay? Friday. And normally, as you know, on a normal work day, what I essentially do, got all kinds of sand in my eyes. What I essentially do is I do a podcast, a lengthy podcast, all right? That's about an hour to an hour and a half called the Level 1 Podcast. And then we do a big gameplay segment. Today we're not doing that because today I already did a podcast last night because I was on this Side Scrollers podcast yesterday all day. My regular podcast was last night, therefore I don't have much to talk about this morning besides Resident Evil 4 remake reviews, which are outstanding. They're all like 10 out of 10, okay? So since that's the case, there's not any formal podcast today anyway. All I'm going to do here, I'm here very early. Like normally I wouldn't start talking for another 15, 20 minutes. But I said, you know what, I'm on here, let's just start talking. Let's just start, interacting, chilling. And after we do this for a little bit, once we see a significant amount of people join the stream, then we're going to jump into Hogwarts Legacy for an extended period of time. Usually my gameplay is around 3 hours. I'm going to try to get 4 hours of gameplay in of Hogwarts today. I really want to make a push to finish this game. This game is very drawn out, very lengthy. At this point, all I'm interested in are the major story elements of it, nothing else. So I definitely want to get through it. And I certainly hope that you guys will chill with me today as we do it. All right, I certainly hope so. I hope that you're here for the ride. We'll see how it ends. And of course, as you know, today, when we play Hogwarts, it's very interactive. It's very chill. It's meant to be, a more relaxed stream, even though originally this playthrough wasn't meant to be like that. It just seems to me like that's where we're going. Like, that's what the playthrough's become. It really doesn't have that much going on until you get into an action segment, in which case you pay attention to some combat, and you're like right back to a lot of story exposition and exploring. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. From what I understand, someone said you're probably 2 streams away from beating it. Well, that's great. If I can beat it between today and one more stream, if we can beat it, excellent. Because 1 week from today, we got Resident Evil 4 Remake. And then I want to start Metroid Prime, what do you call it? Metroid Prime Remake as well. Or a remaster as well. Okay? There you go. All right. So we're starting this. Like I said, this is just a chill, little bit of interaction between us for a little bit until we jump into Hogwarts. You're killing some time here essentially before we get started because I don't want to just start cold turkey with a lot of people aren't here yet because people are usually used to us starting the podcast around like 11:15ish, and then by 11:30ish usually we get started with gameplay. So let's just have a little bit of talking and interaction, and then we'll get to the gameplay in, like I said, many hours. So we already start off with a super chat. Ectoplasm says, Phil, you kicked ass on the podcast. Keep up the good work. There you go. All right, well, thank you, Ectoplasm. Appreciate that. And then Gathering Hall Live just did a super chat. It says, I watched your interview. Good stuff. I don't always love what you say and do, but I wish you did push back on them more. I feel like the interview was kind of tunnel vision. Yeah, the thing is, I wasn't directing the interview. I was just answering questions, literally. And it's like, push back more. Well, what should I push back on? Oops. All I'm doing is answering what's coming my way. And that was really what the whole point of it was. I didn't go in there with an agenda saying, oh, I have all these things that I want to publicly say and, So, it is what it is, and the thing is, there might be more, right? There might be more. We'll see. Okay? What's up, Juan David Ortega? Good morning. Kid loves the Mario shirt. Yeah, my one silly Mario shirt. Like, I have other Mario shirts that are more like just regular Mario. This is the silly Mushroom Kingdom Pizza shirt. I do like this one. Can I get a mute button? The mute button that I have is this. You ready? It's possible. There's no button that I hotkey for it, okay? But definitely if I'm doing like like right now I'm talking to you guys, okay? And as long as I'm actively paying attention to what's going on and there's not something that surprises me, like let's say, for example, all of a sudden out of nowhere I cough or I burp or whatever, then I can't really do much. But if I'm just sitting here and we're, talking and all of a sudden I feel a burp coming or, I'm going to, okay, I can mute the mic. And then unmute and we're good. You don't hear it, right? But I definitely can't do this during gameplay. And that's the thing is most of my streams are gameplay, raw gameplay. There's no way that I can just stop what I'm doing during gameplay to cut off a sound or whatever. And the problem is I have a lot of issues. I've got post-nasal drip, right? I get gas sometimes when I'm drinking soda or whatever. I guess this isn't really... Well, is it soda? Would carbonated seltzer would still be considered soda? Would it? I actually don't know. I don't know what the qualifications of soda is. But anyway, you see what I'm saying? Like, I could do as much as I possibly can, and it, see right there. I wasn't planning on coughing. I actually got a tickle in my throat out of nowhere. There's nothing I could do about that. So you see, there's some cases, if I blatantly feel something coming, perhaps I could try to actively remember to mute. We'll see. Okay. Battleduck says, I feel like the podcast left you with some new opinions and new viewpoints on certain topics. Did you get to sleep on it, talk with Kat? Had any thoughts on it since yesterday? I mean, right now, as of now, I'm fine. Like, yeah, you know, after the podcast ended. Oh, by the way, there's another super chat to shout out. After the podcast ended, obviously it was like kind of shell shock after being on there for so long. I did my own decompressed stream here. I talked with you guys for 90 minutes, and then I did my own level 1 podcast. I did normal content, like I reviewed Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie and all of that. He said, well, did you sleep on it? Well, I mean, yeah, but there's not much to sleep on. Like, I knew going into it exactly what it was going to be. I really did. There's no way that you're ever going to win someone over. I can't show you evidence that would expose me further. Why do you think this has been the ongoing issue with these people, right? Because they finally found that one. You know what I'm saying? Lag. You guys are seeing lag. I'm not seeing lag. Are you guys seeing lag? I'm not seeing anything. Hold on. We're good now? There was a brief blip. That wasn't me. That definitely was not me. I'm checking right now. Nothing. Everything on my end is green. Now people are saying it's okay now. All right. Yeah, see what I mean? How weird. I had nothing. I had nothing on my end. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Why do you think that some of the stuff right now that's being harped on and being focused on is the stuff that's been going for years and years, and the detractors won't let it go because they know they've got me. They got me in a position where if I am to try to prove my innocence, I will just immediately further expose myself to problems. They know that. They absolutely know that, correct? Right? So, there you go. So, now you're, you know, is it ever going to go away? I don't really care. I just want to get it all out there, you know. So now I'm here and I'm doing my normal stuff, okay? So Deanna says they're talking mad shit about you. Now, what did you think they would be doing today? Let's be honest here. What did you think they would be doing today? If all of yesterday they had the record highest views they've ever had, if they have, you know, insane amount of views on the show, right? If they didn't get outright answers or proof, which I told everyone I could not provide, correct? This all was all beforehand. This was all laid out. So how did you think they were going to react? Okay. Honestly. Right? I just don't know how else you thought they were going to react to it. So they're going to, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to ride the gravy train, correct? Now, here's the thing, right? Again, when you're doing a show like that and you're on the spot, you got to answer as best you can, do as best you can, and judge as best you can, correct? Right. Everyone could agree there. I'll be honest with you. Do I trust Stuttering Craig a 1,000,000%? No, I don't. Maybe 98%. But there's always the chance, right? That for personal gain or other things, that bad things can happen, correct? There's always a chance. And it might not even be intentional, too. It might be a mistake. It might be something, I hate to say it, something stupid, like something gets hacked or something, which has happened before. I've had people who I trusted, and next thing you know, oh, I got hacked, and now all this information leaked. It's like, what? You know? So the way I see it is, I was 100%, I was not going to 100%, be able to trust him, all right? At any chance, right? Any chance, you just can't. Now, people are saying, oh, their podcast this morning is all about you. No shit. No shit. This probably, you know, today, what I'm hoping is today it's all about me, and then they'll move on next week, and they'll do their own stuff, their own normal stuff, right? You know, so there you go. And, you know, it's up to them to do whatever they want, right? It is up to their, see, a lot of people are saying, don't go back on the show now. I think a lot of you guys are also being too harsh as well during the show yesterday, right? I think a lot of you guys are being too harsh on them. I think that the interview went as basically exactly how I thought it was going to go. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't think I was going to win anyone over. I didn't think that either. Instead, it was at least, here is one focal point where you can go, and here's the information. Here's Phil's answers. You can see them, and that's it. That was like really the purpose. And it was in part that, at least now it's at somewhere where also people who are detractors and stuff aren't going to benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not good. It's not like, oh, this was on someone who actively always is benefiting off of ridiculing you. That's not the case. It's not, you see? So, there you go. David, he says, I would not recommend anyone pointing anyone to any podcast for the good of your brand. Dude, again, let me ask you a question, David. All right? I mean, seriously. When we are on this show, okay, my show, how often, honestly, do we go into giant discussions about this? Obviously, right now we're doing it because it was the big topic yesterday, correct? But once we go into gameplay, once we go into new stuff, correct? Once all this stuff is going, we almost never address it, correct? So now there's a new place to go to address it and go watch it and do whatever you want, right? Leave me alone. Let me do my own thing for my own, my own viewer base. And Niana, you're a liar pretty often. That's just a blatant lie. Dude, Niana, I'm on every one of my streams. The entire time. You wanna know why? Because I'm the host. We don't talk about it all the time. You're full of shit. If you think it's pretty often, it's because that's what your brain wants you to see. It only lets you see the highlights. It doesn't let you see the reality. We're not just sitting here talking about it all day. You're full of shit. Okay? You're a drama queen. And you gotta stop with that shit. Okay? Now, anyway. So, yeah, now it's out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's out of here now, thank God. Now we can just have a normal day. Let's get through Hogwarts. Tonight, let's have a chill stream of Like a Dragon Ishin. Tomorrow, we're going to have fun reacting stuff on DSP Reacts, right? More Oblivion. We got Wolong continuing on this week. We got all this stuff going on, and we can focus on that and say, enough of that nonsense. It has nothing to do with what we're doing on stream at all. Zero. All right? And that's it. And all the people who don't believe me still won't believe me. I don't care. That's fine, right? That's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not. And, again, that was not the intention. The intention was, oh, Phil's going to go on a podcast, and immediately there's going to be ginormous revelations and overwhelming amounts of evidence in his favor to show that he's innocent of everything anyone's ever said about him. That was not the point. If that was going to happen, it already would have happened on my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Why would I have saved it for someone else's podcast? Correct? Right. It's okay. It's kind of sweet. This is the new cherry limeade flavor. I don't know if I like it that much, honestly. No, I know. Slinty says, don't believe everything people are telling you right now. Or, until you see their podcast from today, everyone is being biased one way. Of course. And Slinty, let's be honest here. Let's be very honest here. What do you think people are going to try to do today? 100% they're going to try to cause drama. Because that's what they do on the internet. That's how these people are. They're 100% going to try to cause more drama. Right? That's what they want. So they're going to tell me that these people are absolutely horrible. They're going to tell them, oh, Phil's probably over on his streams and he's saying that he just said he doesn't trust Stuttering Craig. Did you know that? That's exactly what they're going to do today. That is how the internet operates. Okay? But, that's why this is not... Why do you think we're doing a mini talk session right now and then we're heading into Hogwarts for the rest of it? None of this baloney. I'm not talking about this all day. You know what I'm saying? We're not. Great, Jade, I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you're feeling 100%. He says, see you in the Slytherin house. Sounds good. We're just jumping in soon. I got some shout-outs to do here. There you go. Okay. So, Sarah did a super chat and says, Phil, great interview. Hope you do a part 2. Thank you, Sarah. Okay. Okay, we've got a few tips. So I got $1. This is exactly correct, by the way. Gamer Guy tipped me $1. He says, it's funny all these people say stop snorting when they know nothing about how postnasal drip works. You have to snort to bring mucus into your throat so you can swallow it. Instead, you'll just be coughing on it, and you'll feel like choking on mucus constantly. PSA, don't comment on something that you don't know anything about. Correct. I mean, he's right. Gamer Guy is correct. If I don't do the snore, which everyone makes fun of me for, oh, it's hilarious that Phil has postnasal drip and has to snort, I'll be coughing the whole stream. He's right. He's absolutely right. Okay. I got a $5 tip. Hold on a second here. Hold on. It's loading. There we go. It's loading. go. So, what a name. Super Snow Carl Turbo HD Remix. Jeez. I'm not gonna type out your whole name. It would take half my screen. But thank you. What a name. He says, don't go exposing any screenshots of any transactions. Excuse me. I don't think anyone ever asked me to expose screenshots of a transaction, actually. It's none of their business. You should spend however much you want on anything. You're a grown man. It's your money. And again, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Thank you for it. That wasn't even in question. They never, not a single person said, hey, show us all your transactions. That like literally never happened. So, by the way, so I will say this because I get the feeling at least over the next couple of days, we may get a few new people here on streams. Probably not for too much longer, maybe another day or two. If you're someone who's just coming to attend my content and you're like, hi, I want to talk. I'm here. I'm a newcomer, but I can't. It's because we're in sub-only mode, okay? And when you're in sub-only mode, you can't talk unless you've subscribed to the channel for 24 hours. You might say, well, why does Phil do that? Protecting against trolls. I mean, I have so many trolls that if I don't have sub-only mode, there will be literally non-stop amounts of trolling, bots and everything. I know because when I first started streaming on YouTube 2 years ago, that's how it was. And it was almost uncontrollable, right? So there you have it. I gotta leave the sub mode on. All right, we're gonna leave the sub mode on. But if you want to talk, subscribe to the channel. I'm here, 6 days a week, full time. Okay. I know. It's like a surprise. I hear he says sub-only mode is a huge deterrent to new viewers. If someone joins a new stream and can't talk often, then they'll just leave. You're absolutely right. At the same time, if people come to the chat and they just can't talk at all because there's 14 bots spamming racist stuff, then, no one can talk and it's just as bad, if not worse. So, I'd prefer a controlled chat where everyone who is a regular can actually talk. There you go. Yeah, see, Battle Duck, I don't know. He says, some bank statements are coming up. Why does anyone validate transactions on the bank statement? It's a real 5-minute question. And again, I brought some of the things on that bank statement into question. One of them they couldn't answer, and the other one they had kind of a half-assed answer for. Like the first question was, I have one pet. One pet, Jasper Kitty. Everyone knows this, right? I don't have a secret kennel of dogs or other creatures in my house. Why is it that there's all these transactions on that supposed my bank statement that have all these pet transactions? Like, what would I possibly be spending that money on for one cat? It doesn't make any sense, right? At all. And then on top of that, all these supposed transactions that are iTunes transactions. Number one, I don't know how it works, all right? Because I'll be very honest with you guys, I kind of alluded to this on the show. I don't think they caught on. For the little bit that I do spend every once in a while on a mobile game, I admitted publicly yesterday on the show I spent like $15 this month on the brand new Street Fighter mobile game. I'll publicly said it. I'll say it again. I spent like $1 here, $1 there. Like dollar daily packs or whatever. When you do that, it comes straight from your PayPal account. Your PayPal account is linked to whatever your mobile account is. That's how you pay for it. Okay? Why would there be all these transactions against my bank account? It doesn't even make sense. Like, the whole shtick of the detractors is that every day Phil sits here on stream and begs. Correct? They beg. He begs. The money comes in and goes to a PayPal account immediately, right? Then he immediately goes and he spends all that money on mobile games. Where is there any transaction where the money goes to a bank account and I spend that money on a mobile game? It doesn't make sense, right? And you guys, I've already told you guys, when money comes in, all right, to my bank account, which is usually from my monthly PayPal, my monthly YouTube payment, my bad. That goes right to bills right away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go straight to everything, straight to the mortgage, straight to everything, right? So the thing that gets me is they say stuff like that, and it's like, but there's no validation of it. It makes no logical sense. I mean, if you pull strings, if you stretch things to try to make it make sense, like, if someone had a ton of money in a bank account, could they use that bank account to pay for transactions via iTunes? Yes. That's essentially what you would see on the bank statement, right? And that's what's public there for whatever that is. I don't know if it's real or not, right? But If the whole narrative is Phil begs his viewers for money, makes all this money on a stream, immediately goes and blows it on mobile games, right? Then it's coming from my PayPal. You would never see a bank transaction. In addition, it doesn't make logical sense that anyone would take money from a PayPal account, transfer it over to their bank account, which there's fees for that. I know for a fact. There's been times when I had to pay a bill and I have to transfer money from my PayPal to my bank account. When that happens, there's all these fees involved. Why would you do that and then pay for mobile games with that? Why not just pay from your PayPal account and avoid fees? It doesn't make, literally, when you look at these statements, if you look at them in detail and you really start to say, okay, circumstantial, things that kind of doesn't make sense, it doesn't line up. It doesn't. But that's the thing. People will forget that shit. You know what I'm saying? People will absolutely forget that shit. And it's stupid. We'll just ignore the stuff that doesn't fit the narrative. We only focus on stuff that does, even though it's circumstantial. And that's the story of my life at this point, okay? Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Really, like, I'm glad we're doing this right now, because once we finish with this, we're getting into gameplay, and I'm not going to talk about this all day. That was the whole point of the show yesterday, okay? Okay. Jade, what's going on? It's just cool to see you. Say hi to Jasper. It's my dog's B-Day today. He's 3. Happy birthday to your dog, your doggo. Hope he's having a good day. I will say hi to Jasper when I see him later. He wanted to be in here, but today's not a Jasper day. You know, my wife works later this week, and then he'll be in here. Yeah, Vispy again. Here's the thing, Vispy, and this is absolutely the truth here, okay? It's this simple, all right? It's absolutely this simple. For everyone else on the internet, certain things are allowed. For me, they're not. Because I've been the whipping boy of the internet for 10 years. I've been the one, since This Is How You Don't Play started, and I reacted badly to it, essentially I've become the guy to ridicule and deride and make fun of at my expense. You know, everyone else gets over. And it's just, that narrative has continued for 10 years, correct? It has. Take a look at the history. Every time that one thing ends, another thing begins with these people. They're never satisfied. They're always out for more blood, correct? And that's the deal here. That is the absolute truth, is that anyone else can say, can play a mobile game, can spend money on something, can do this on a stream, can make a dark joke. How many content creators out there make dark jokes, right? I make a dark joke, and it's like, wow, you're a racist. It wasn't even a racial joke, but you took it that way. Why? Because your mind is there, not mine. My mind doesn't even go there. If your mind goes to the racial joke instead of just it being a dark joke, probably that's your fault, because your mind goes there, right? You're the one with those racist overtones stuck in your head, not me. But, again, anyone else could make that kind of a joke, and it's fine. That's okay. It's passable. Or, all right, it's a bad joke, but not a big deal. Move on. For Phil, it's like, let's hang him out to dry for this for endless amounts of times. You know, I have, again, as I said yesterday, I have over 100,000 videos on the internet. On all those videos, there's all kinds of little stuff. All kinds of stuff that you could isolate, right? Isolate. And I'm not defending, you know, bad jokes. I'm just saying that, again, anyone else can do it and get away with it. I can't, because, you know, my mistakes are unforgivable, unacceptable. But everyone else can make the same mistakes and it's fine. And that's, you know what I mean? That's kind of messed up. It's kind of an unfair playing field. Which is why I just stay right here, right? I just stay right here. I do my own thing. And I tune it all out. But then when you tune it all out and you don't address it, what happens? Oh, well, now it's all true. See, Phil won't address any of it. He'll never go on a podcast and sit in a hot seat and talk about all these issues. Because, you know, it must all be true. So then I go on the podcast and I sit in the hot seat. And I tell you as much as I possibly can, and now people will judge for themselves. And that's fine. And there you go. And that's all I care about. Period. And we're done with it. Okay. Wow. This is hilarious. I get people who come on and say, oh, I'm a long-time viewer. I can't watch you anymore after yesterday. I don't even know who you are. You literally have never spoken, so how can I... I'll be really sad to see you go when you're someone who I've never seen before today. And I guarantee if I probably go to your YouTube account, it's probably new. So, okay, bye. Thanks for telling me. Anyway, Bloomkit did a super chat. When's part 2 of the side-scroller going to happen? I have absolutely no idea. You know, I have to wait to hear. Because, you know, the way that I left it with Craig yesterday was that, yes, they want to do a part 2, but this is not something that they want to do all the time. It can't be the end-all, be-all of the show, right? You can't just always be about DarksydePhil. So apparently what they said was at least a month, if not longer. All right. Who knows what'll happen in the next month to longer. I don't know what's going to happen. All right. We'll see. But, you know, based on that, that's what they said. Okay. So we'll go from there. I've not had any further contact with Craig since the show yesterday. So that's where we're leaving it for now. Andrew did a super chat. Says, you need to take the opportunity that was given to show Craig proof. Finally, disproving ridiculous rumors is worth the tiny risk. Thank you, Andrew. Okay. And again, I'm sure there will be further discussion. There will be further stuff going on. And, you know, it's going to be a bit, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Do I think yesterday was a mistake? Absolutely not. I'm good. I'm here again. I'm pleased because exactly what needed to happen happened. Correct? Like, it was exactly how I said this is what it was going to be. I said it beforehand. This is what it's going to be. It went down. It's done. Now we can focus on my new content moving forward. And if there's going to be a part 2, great. We can vent. We can talk other things. But it's done. We are done with those discussions. There's nothing further to be said. My piece has been said. So there you go. Oh, got another $1 tip here. Why did you lie about playing WWE Champions when you still do? You want everyone to believe you over the detractors, but you continue to lie. Well, you know, I will actually say this. Something that Craig said on the show, not yesterday, but actually many shows ago. Because, you know, I watch the show every day. And one of the things that he actually said was very, very true. Wrong, very true. And I'm funny, he didn't say this on the show yesterday. I'm shocked he didn't. All right? So I will say it. He basically says sometimes things start with like a little white lie, right? And then there's a narrative now built onto that lie, and then it has to continue one way or the other. So, you know, at one point in the past when I had mentioned that I had been playing a particular game, right? The stupid WWE Champions game. And then after a while, we get people bothering me about it constantly. Now, what does it have to do with my content or my streams? Absolutely nothing. And again, seeing it from my perspective is I'm innocent. I haven't done any of the things these people are saying I've done, right? Yes, I casually play these games as time wasters, and every once in a while I drop a couple bucks on them, and that's it. They're saying literally I'm spending entire life savings and shit on this stuff, right? Like I'm blowing everything. So imagine that. Imagine you're just trying to be a content creator on the internet, putting out content for your audience. Literally everything coming at you from the outside has nothing to do with you or your content. Now, what is the way to handle it? Is it just say, no, it's bullshit, just forget it, it's nonsense, let's move on? Or, oh, and yeah, I play it and I do this. So now all of a sudden you've opened the Pandora's box the moment that you've admitted that you're actually playing the game that people are accusing you of playing, right? And now it's just going to irk further discussion, further derailment. That's actually the best way to approach it and say, it's further derailment. I don't want to have my entire stream every day be about this, you understand? I don't. So, the easier way is just to brush it off, say, no, forget it, it's not true, fuck it, nonsense, right? But, in reality, yeah, there is a hint, and again, like I always say, there's a nugget of truth there. The nugget of truth is, yeah, you know, I'm playing a stupid mobile game to kill time every once in a while. It's not a big focus of mine, it's not a big deal, it's not a big focus of mine to do this, right? But now people want to make up all this shit, so just say fuck it and just don't talk about it, right? So that way it doesn't become a big thing. So what happens? It becomes a big thing because my detractors are obsessed, crazy people. 9 times out of 10, okay? And it just goes nuts. And that's the thing. It starts with the little white lie, but now the narrative is established, right? So now if I fess up later on down the line, I say, you know what? Yeah, I've been playing it. I've been lying because I don't want to talk about it on my streams. I want to fucking make gameplay and I want to chill with you guys. This is so stupid, right? Then it's like, well, now we got you. You know, haha. Right? So there you go. Right? And that's what happened. But I'm surprised he didn't say that yesterday. Because that actually would have been a big line of discussion, I feel. Does in any case ever in life, is it okay to just tell the little white lie? I don't know. I don't think it's ever worked out for me. Really. I don't think it's ever worked out for me. Okay? Andrew, again, what are you talking about? Andrew, where have you been? Andrew, thanks for the super chats. All right, we're not derailing again. What you Andrew, this is not your show. He's super chatting and he's derailing everything. It's not your show. I'm trying to be very respectful. It's not your show. If you're upset about something, I'm sorry. Okay? We had a whole 5+ hour show about this yesterday. We're not going to talk about it all day. All right? Please relax. And if you don't relax, I don't want to remove you from the chat. But if you're going to do super chatting to get attention, screaming and acting ridiculous, you're going to be removed. You understand? Just like everybody else. An anonymous dollar tip says, I don't understand how people can be sycophants. I found the interview to be fair. Keem was pretty respectful. Just because you're a fan doesn't mean you can't be objective. Again, as much as people grilled, right? As much as there was a grilling, that was what I went on there for, right? Like, do you understand that? Like, that's literally what I went on there for. That's okay. I mean, that was the whole premise of the show. Grill me, ask me anything, and I will give you my answer. And now you have it, right? So I don't understand what I really don't understand what the problem was. You know, for me, and that's my perspective. I'm okay with everything that went down on that show. Now people are saying, oh, all this other stuff happened today on their show. Well, I don't know. I didn't see their show from today. Maybe I'll watch it tonight and I'll be very upset. Maybe I'll watch it tonight and I'll be a little irked. Maybe I'll watch it and I'll be like, it's okay. I have no idea. I didn't see the show. All right, but you know, as for the interview, I was okay with the interview. Okay. Someone says, when you deny outright for so long that admit you play it looks bad, if it's not true and don't spend money, why lie? Again, because I don't want it to become everything on my stream. It didn't matter how I answered. It wouldn't have mattered. You understand? With these detractors, this is how they operate. No matter what you say, it's bad anyway. So if I say I play it, it's horrible, so now everything we say is true, you've corroborated it. No, all I said was that I play it. Oh, okay. Well, too bad. We don't believe you. Everything's true. All right? Or, okay, I just don't play it. Oh, I see he's lying. So it's like either way, you know what I mean? Either way, it's bad. There's nothing you can really do about it, right? Oh, Madara, dude, no fucking way. Absolutely, positively, no, I disagree. Madara's God says, if you showed your account and showed it wasn't the same account, I think the trolls would have went away. That is 1,000,000% false. If I had immediately opened my phone and sent a screenshot, the trolls would have said, see how quick he did that? He was ready. He was prepared to do that on the show. That's obviously a fake screenshot. Whatever. It's photoshopped. It's this. It's that. You see what I'm saying? And then, again, why not do it? Because of the risk, right? Not to say that I think Craig would give that information out to the internet. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying there's always risk involved, all right? You don't know what's going to happen. I've had situations where I've sent information to people, and then, I don't know what happened. My email got hacked. What? And now I have information out there. Like, what? That's happened. Like, what the fuck? Now, you know, I'm not saying that that's what Craig, that would have happened or whatever. I'm just saying there's all these situations that could happen. And, like, why even put yourself in that level of risk? Right? See? So why create the risk? That's the question. Why create the risk? If the benefit doesn't exist, why create the risk? If no matter what I do, I'm guilty, then why create the risk to begin with? Correct?